to a 2-hour shower and wandered around the house, trailing her delicate fronds across family photos and heirlooms, ignoring Charlotte and me as we tried to talk to her. On the 3rd, she stopped showering altogether. And on the 4th, she walked out the front door, smiled at the winter sun, and hiked for a full day to our father's house, where she waited on his lawn for him to find her. By the time he did, she'd been without water for 2 days. Her foliage was brown, cracked, and dust-dry. As our father walked towards her, she began vigorously rubbing 2 of her large tree fern fronds together. When he was within speaking distance, a thin curl of smoke began rising from her back. And when he reached out to touch her mossy face, a crackled lick of fire spread up, over, and through her. He recoiled, falling backwards as her body swarmed with flames, and she burned, fast and bright and loud, blood orange in the night. While this event upset us, and I guess our father as well, although I can't be certain, I quickly got over it. Everyone dies, even when they're reincarnated. But Charlotte struggled to move on. The black patch of burnt grass in our father's lawn glued itself into her mind. I began to find her staring at the forest, touching plants, sniffing rocks, licking trees. Currawong calls would draw her down into the gullies that carved through our property. Whale spray, rising from the nearby ocean, threw her into fits of uncontrolled screaming. I wondered what form she would take when she returned to me, which brought thoughts of our mother, burning to ash for the 2nd time. These thoughts proved endless, and worrying, and terrible. And the more Charlotte struggled, the more I worried. So I did what I thought was right. I started looking for a coffin, and I swore to bury her whole, and still, and cold. Chapter 2. Salt. The sand was hard and sharp, and blowing up into Carl's shins, whipped cruel by the dead northerly coming in over the white chopped sea. He increased his pace, trotting across the beach, juggling his bucket and tackle box and rod, heading for the boat sheds and the trail that lay between them, the one that curled through the Boobialla and up to the smoky heat of his house and lounge and family. His haul? 2 blackbacks and 3 lizards, dragged from the water near the salt-pocked pylons of the old jetty, the one that rotted around the turn of the Hawley headland. Each fish killed by a smack of Carl's knife point between the eyes. Some people nicked the gills and left them to bleed out in a bucket of seawater. Others filleted them alive, sliding fillets off wriggling spines. And some left them to drown in the air, gills pumping, scales darkening. But a well-aimed strike to the brain is the fastest way to render a fish dead. And this was how Carl did it, with speed and precision and an absence of feeling. Yet this standing on a rock, casting, waiting, slow breathing, glum patience, big stillness, this wasn't fishing. Not really. This was angling. Fishing, as far as Carl was concerned, happened out over the break of the waves and in the rolling navy, bobbing high and steady with a spear in one hand and the slick scruff of a seal in the other, waiting for the run of a beast more weapon than fish. The one-blood tuna. A man couldn't hunt it alone, and neither could a seal. But together, they could kill a beast twice as heavy as the 2 of them combined. Men from the north coast of this southern island, muttering men, salt-rinsed men, men like Carl, had been hunting this way since before records of the coast were kept. Each hunter formed a bond in their youth with a pup they would seek out from the rocky colonies offshore. Here, past the narrow heads that sheltered Hawley and its neighbouring towns from the wider strait,